Hey viewers, welcome to another game with Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing another Smite game, and this is a solo ranked, as they are called. Well, you can only do ranked either in a team or as a solo, so no duo queues or trio queues here. And well, we have team 1 over here, the blue team obviously, and then we have the red team over here. No big names this time, at least none that I can well actually recognize. So we're just going to follow around, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And we are going to fly across the map. I don't know who to start with, but we're going to see, well, then probably take out this camp. And then, well, do the same on the opposite side. So blue and speed buff are normally the camps of choice. And we will see what happens. I forgot how to fast forward. Oh yeah, just random keys. Now it's actually page up, page down for those of you wanting to know that. And we are actually going to go on the red buff, it seems. We are still twice the speed. There you go. So it is speed buff, red buff, and the guys from red buff will go to blue buff in a moment. And here on the opposite side they are doing the gold camp and then probably the blue buff. No, they're going for the red buff. Okay, interesting choices. And yeah, here this is this kind of the standard thing to do. It depends on which champions you have, whether or not you can do this. And of course, if you have someone that is tanky and someone that has a lot of damage, like Loki, then yeah, you can do both of them. Doing all three, I've never seen that done, but I think we're going to not see that here either. Oh, actually, Kali is going to solo this. So Kali going to solo the blue buff here at level 1. And that is interesting because, well, she really, well, is going out of her way to do this. And as you can see, the lane is getting pushed because of this. And that is not too much of a problem, but yeah, it is risky. It is risky. And they should definitely realize that Kali is missing here. And Kali is probably doing this, but she is actually pretty high level, or high health still. And she is going to come in right now. So anyhow, mid lane already had a little bit of a push towards the tower. And we are going to just focus the side lanes for now, because that is where the action is. Well, mid lane is having some action now. Oh, let's see what happened there. So it was obviously the Neath who took that first shot, and look at the damage. Just that one shot, the Q for, or sorry, the one from Ra doing so much damage there, and that is just an insane amount. So yeah, a little bit of harassment here, but Anu is out of mana, or almost out of mana, while these two guys are still full mana. Obviously, well, Hercules has the blue buff, so it's kind of easy to be full mana when you have a blue buff. But yeah, they are trying to get some things done here. And in the mid lane, Neath is not healing up too much. Obviously, Neath does have a heal. I played Neath for the first time yesterday, so now I know everything there is to know about Neath. Oh man, I sucked. That wasn't even funny, but yeah, I did learn a little bit more about her, which is excellent. And this is going to be first blood. There you go. I don't know what Kali was doing all the way in the front here, but yeah, she was really low when this fight started, as you can see. And she's going to follow the minions a little bit, but then yeah, completely overextends. Not here yet, but here now. There is no way she should be here. And yeah, she is going to get a nice lifesteal off. But the lifesteal is not enough, and she should know that. I mean, it's not like it's a mystery how much life you can steal. Yeah, that was a little bit overextending there. She should have waited or gone in the jungle, because the gold buff is back up. You can also heal on that, because you can heal on a maximum of 3 minions or champions. And that is just the maximum of the heal you can get. So healing up on the 3 minions at gold buff would have been way safer. Plus she would have taken out the gold buff, which would have been good as well. Anyhow, lanes, yeah, currently not under any pressure. So left lane is the only one where people are relatively close together. Mid laner is in base, and the side laner, yeah, our team is in base, or yeah, well, call it our team, but I'm really impartial here. I don't really care who's going to win. It's just easier for me to take the blue team as my team, because well, the minimap does not rotate if I rotate, and that's something I think they should still work on, because that would really help the, well, the whole thing, especially in game. So if they at least give you the option to do that, that would be great. Because in game, yeah, you can get turned around quite easily. Not so much in Conquest. In Conquest it's pretty stationary, and we have a gang coming in here. But especially in Arena, and the gank is going to be successful here. There you go, getting the snipe from all the way across from mid lane. Very nicely done. 2 ultimates used, maybe even the Khalil. No. 2 ultimates used, and that resulted in a kill. It is of course not a problem. You can use 5 ultimates to get a kill, as long as you don't get caught afterwards, and you don't need your ultimates to clean up afterwards. So basically to keep your lane. That's all. Yeah, sometimes it's useful to have well, ultimates available for, well, just those situations where you want to hold off a push, because as long as they know that you have an ultimate, they're not going to push as hard. But, well, in general, that is not really too big of a deal. Really low, but nobody's coming in for the gank. And blue buff, however, is under pressure from, who's this? Okay, that was Kali. Once again, I don't know what Kali was doing there, so I am going to watch it. So she is already in here. Oh, she came in from the gold. She stole the gold. Yeah, in hindsight I did see that happen. But yeah, she wanted to go for the blue, so she was actually the one that went for the blue. And then Hercules comes in. Obviously, he's going to call in reinforcements. Loki immediately comes in, and instead of running out here, she is going to try to steal the blue anyway. And she does get it, but yeah, she should have known there was someone incoming. But yeah, well, whatever. Second time she gets killed, overextending, trying to get something that, well, she couldn't get. And yeah, second time she gets killed for that. Well, I think I started the sentence with that, but whatever. So we are stealing the blue buff here. And it is, however, Ares who is still aggressive. And oh, Thor in some trouble. Missing the stun there, and yeah, Thor is going to get killed. They did pick up the blue buff, but that is definitely not worth it. Blue buff sucks when your enemies have it, sure, but it's definitely not. You cannot trade that for well, 1 kill. That is definitely not worth it. And this was just silly. So instead of running out, we have another little bug. There are lots of bugs with like these with Ares, and they're always with Ares. And always with the chains, but these chains, as well as the chains from his ultimate, they seem to cause a lot of problems. Anyhow, yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. It doesn't matter. I know I had something more to say about it, but it will come to me. Oh yeah, no. The Sobek. He ran out with his ultimate. I don't know why he used his ultimate, that's one, but sure, he used his ultimate. And then, instead of just running out, because he does get movement speed from that, at least it seems to be the case. Instead of just running towards his tower, he ran back in and actually wanted to kill them, it seems. But there's no way you can kill someone at this point with 1 versus 3 with Sobek. Wow, that was so many ifs and buts and whatever. Yeah, you can do it later in the game. Maybe you can at least stay alive later in the game. But there are also champions available that actually can 1 versus 3 in the late game if they get fed enough. Sobek not being one of them, but still. Sobek would have to have some pretty terrible opponents to be able to do that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's still a little bit tricky for me to control this camera as smoothly as I would like to. And a very nice stun plus follow-up from Thor there, doing his job. And yeah, it is kind of the standard thing to do, but still, it is kind of hard to do that, well, when the pressure is on. And yeah, doing a good job here. Yeah, they are going to grab this kill, at least I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. The ultimate from Hercules good enough, and another kill here. Let's see what happened here, because this was kind of a silly situation for Sobek. Yeah, he's getting grabbed with one of the chains, and then he's going to just be aggressive, but there's nobody in his lane to do the damage with him, so it's kind of a 50-50 shot of who's going to win. But then because he runs into tower range, he's going to take 2 tower shots so far, and that's still okay, but 3, 4, 5 tower shots, and that obviously, yeah, anyone can kill anyone with 5 tower shots at this point. Obviously not in the late game. But yeah, with 5 tower shots on you, it's pretty easy to to get killed. There is no problem. So there's a ward here on the blue buff by the red team, which is kind of cute. They have plenty of wards out. They have a ward here as well on the Gold Fury. They have a ward over here on their own buff, and not on the other side of the map. So it's really someone on the left side of the map, for us left side, that is doing that. That is buying the wards. We cannot see it. Yeah, you can see it in the chat. There it says who's buying wards, and I think it's the Anubis who's actually buying wards. I seem to remember that it was someone with an S in their name, but yeah, then again, I don't really know. But yeah, that warding is really nice because it allows you to see kind of everything, and we have a double kill here in this lane, which is excellent. So yeah, doing a good job here, the red team, and we are kind of pulling ahead. Pulling back from an early game, well, not loss, but an early game deficit in gold. And yeah, they are coming back with the kills now, and the kills should be able to pick up that gold difference. And here we go. Loki should be able to do this. No. Guan actually still had its dash available and used that to just get the hell out of there. The blue buff now. Blue buff for Loki. And they can see him, so I wonder if anyone is coming in. No, they're too far away. Seems that, yeah, even though they do have a ward on it, they don't really care about it at all. This ward, therefore, is mostly to prevent ganks from coming in over here, or to know that someone is coming in at least, because you can actually go over here, so behind the enemies, yeah, without getting spotted. And yeah, that's excellent. You have a lot of sneaky pathways through the jungle, and wow, Ra once again in trouble. Oh, that's not Ra, that's Thor. Sorry about that. I noticed it was Thor, but completely derped. Yeah, very nice ultimate there from Hercules once again. Hercules doing a good job with his ultimate. I find him very hard to hit, but I guess if you played him a couple of times, he is, or the ultimates are actually not that hard to hit, but I have real trouble with them. 6-9 now, and we are equal on gold. Well, 400 gold between the two. That is not a big deal, obviously. And we are just going to continue onwards with the Hercules. Hercules picking off the entire minion wave without any minion support. And Probably going for this red buff here, although that is risky. No, he's going to just recall. Yeah, red buff was available. He could have taken that. The problem is, as you can see, if you are at red buff, you have all these visions. So everyone has vision on you, while if you are doing red buff and even if you have that vision, that same vision, you're going to run all the way over here and then you can run out. But it's very hard to get away from those kind of, well, coves and get out safely, basically. So you need either a jump to jump through the wall on the backside, or you need something else that allows you to at least do something. Ares once again with the ultimate, and this time nothing happening, and they are in fact going to get a kill out of this. Oh, maybe, no. Oh my god. Thor getting a nice drop there, but it wasn't good enough, and I did not follow the other one. Yeah, this was great. So yeah, here you have the Ares ult. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. The Ares ult was great, but yeah, both of them used their ultimates, and Thor is hanging in the air somewhere and is going to drop on this, but the Kali immediately using her ultimate is going to use that ultimate to do some damage, but it's mainly the tower shots that finish off this. And then of course, yeah, the Ares was still there to pick up the Crocodile. Crocodile was all the way over here in tower range, and then had to run all the way back and, well, to the tower that's all the way over there. Yeah, that was not going to work. So anyway, that was a great job on the red team, pulling that back in their favor. The blue team is trying to be aggressive, but it's not really working out for them. It is of course risky. Every time you go aggressive, you kind of overextend. And if you don't know exactly what you're doing with your champion, then you're going to get into these kind of situations like the Thor now did. He thought that he could just one-shot Kali, but that was never the case. I mean, he had to fight there, but he was way too low, and he doesn't have any defensive items to deal with the fact that he was going to take a lot of damage from the tower. Because damage prevention actually works on towers, no problem. And of course extra health works as well. But yeah, Thor, he has Warrior Tabai, which doesn't provide anything defensive, and he now has Voidblade level 1, but even Voidblade level 1 only has 20 physical protection. Don't even think he had that at that point. So the ultimate goes off, and the ultimate actually kills Ra instantly. Okay. So Ra actually leaving behind a little bit of light. Oh. Nice little bugs. So yeah, we do have, a very nice ultimate there from Hercules, who picks up a kill back, and Hercules is racking up the kills here. He might actually have to carry his team though, because he is the only one with 4 kills, 4 and 2. We have 2 and 4 on Sobek, who's definitely not playing that well. And on the enemy team we have 6 and 0 on Ares. Ares has been doing, well, just amazingly with his flame shield and his ultimate. The chains, well, they're probably useful, or they have been useful, probably. But they haven't really shown up yet in the kills, so... Red team's tower is under attack, there you go. And we are just going to go mid lane. Mid lane, of course, is the highest pressure point. It gets ganked a lot. You really have to be careful in the mid lane, because you get ganked way more than in other games, because the distance between your lane and the enemy's lane is just very very small. So the distance between the left and right lane and the mid lane is very short. You can run there in like 10 seconds, and yeah, people don't normally report misses in the first, well, let's say 5 seconds, because